Millions of Americans count on Social Security as a major source of their income in retirement.
And now a new analysis is raising concerns about the program's future, warning the average retiree could see their benefits slashed by about $500 a month if lawmakers stay the course.
I want to bring in our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young. Taylor, Social Security has been a hot topic for years now. What's behind these new warnings?
Well, first off, no one is taking a cut today or tomorrow. This is more of a warning of what could happen down the road if lawmakers really don't step in. So this all comes from a new analysis by the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, and they found that if Social Security's retirement trust fund runs out of money by 2032, like previous projections have indicated, benefits would automatically be reduced by roughly 24%. Now, for the average retiree, that comes out to, as we mentioned, $500 a month cut or $6,000 a year. Now, again, this is not just $25, $50 cuts. I mean, this is pretty substantial, that $500 number. And again, this is not happening today, but this does put a number onto those concerns. Right now we have an actual number to look at, so I think this is why we're seeing kind of more pressure coming up now for lawmakers to make a long-term fix.
And as you pointed out, that is not a small number. What would this actually mean for retirees?
So the average retiree today takes home around $2,000 in Social Security benefits. Now we're talking about a 25% reduction with that $500 number. So, and for many retirees, Social Security is not just supplemental income. I mean, people rely on this money to pay their rent, pay their housing, groceries, their health care, and exact estimates vary. But some advocacy groups estimate that 21 million Americans rely solely on their Social Security. They don't have any other retirement money to kind of lean on. So yeah, this would be a pretty substantial cut for a lot of people who rely on this money.
All right, to be clear though, you're not saying that Social Security is going broke.
Yeah, correct. So Social Security would still be collecting payroll taxes, right? And checks would still be going out. But the issue here is that there wouldn't be enough money in that pot to pay those full scheduled benefits, which is why analysts kind of expect reductions if nothing happens.
Okay, so what can lawmakers do about this, Taylor?
Yeah, so experts and politicians have come to the table kind of proposing different ideas to address this. And we've talked about one a couple times up here, and that's raising the retirement age, especially as Americans are living longer. This would also mean more people are paying into the system for a longer time. Another one that we've talked about up here is just a cap on benefits for wealthy Americans who have high incomes, so that they're not taking the number that was thrown out was $100,000 cap, so that those retirees can't make or can't accept $100,000 a year, because this money is really kind of meant to help people, not kind of fuel a rich lifestyle, right? And another is just increasing payroll taxes so that people our age are kind of paying more into the system to make up for that deficit. I think the challenge, though, is that none of these ideas have really gained an extreme amount of support yet. I think it's hard for politicians to come out saying, you know, let's raise the retirement age, let's make people pay more in, because it's not super popular, right? No one wants to either pay more in or retire later in life. So there really hasn't been a lot of kind of support for any of these ideas yet, but clearly something needs to be done, or we will start seeing reductions.
All right, Taylor, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.